everyone. Welcome to another episode of Cryptocurrent. Your host here, Richard Carthon. And today I got a special guest who was out with us at the Miami Crypto Experience. We have Annalese, Bitcoin Queen. How are you doing today?
Hey, Richard, I'm doing well, and I'm glad to see you again. Yes, indeed. We were out there. We were hustling. We were bustling. It was fun. I was tired, but we got through it.
Yes, and definitely understand why being tired, because there's so many great events that went into the late nights, but also just during the day, the amount of energy, like you really forget how much energy goes into talking all day and getting to meet and interview people. But like, how was that experience for you?
Wow. I mean, my throat just got unsore, and we're a week out now. So just to give you an idea, but there is a lot of energy that goes into talking. You're totally right. Which is kind of why people do it as a profession. And now I realize why singers charge so much money when they do sing, because your voice is actually not as infinite as you thought. But I had a lot of fun. I met a lot of people. It was a long 4 months planning out that conference with the Miami Crypto Experience core team. BitBasel came along and they decided to do, the gallery with us. I was introduced to Bruno and Wayne, which were the original co-founders, along with Serge and Bean and Demi. And now Erica's now on the team with them too. And I think Marcella as well. But yeah, that core team, they're an awesome bunch. And honestly, I was honored working with them and putting them together and getting them connected to the Miami community, because they actually came from outside the community. So, getting them involved with everyone crypto and just like putting them out there was a lot of fun. Getting all my friends to come out and support the cause was also a lot of fun. And it meant a lot to me because, as we know, Mayor Francis Suarez is trying to push a crypto agenda onto Miami. And a lot of people don't know and don't understand what that means, or, how to start or how to get into it. So there's a lot of potential room for susceptible scams and for people to get lost and swayed and disillusioned. So it was important to teach the Miami community what crypto was about and what we had to bring to the table.
Absolutely. And, you said a lot in there that I kind of want to slowly go back and unpack. The first being that obviously you're local to Miami and you're helping to build up that community. But, what was that first introduction that you got into the crypto blockchain space? And then what made you decide like, okay, this is kind of the community that I want to head towards?
So my first introduction was actually with a previous company that I helped run. It was called Bits and Tokens. And I helped run it with two of my previous partners, Jerome and Tim. And Tim was really the one who taught me everything I know. And I kind of went from there. We would go to, conferences, we'd do interviews, just like we're doing now. And it was a lot of fun. I started off getting in front of a camera and teaching people, or learning along with people is basically what it was. Like, as I learned, I was teaching people. Right. That was fun, but also it was a little bit of a wreck. But, it's all a learning experience. And I'm grateful for the everything I picked up along the way. It's been fun. I'm still going. And, now I'm doing BitBasel and a few other projects that I have under my belt that I'll be working on throughout the year. And I'm super excited to just continue to push a crypto agenda in the Miami community.
No doubt. And, community building is one of the most important elements of it, right? Because you learn by doing, and by empowering others with what it gives them that access to take actions on what I call the greatest opportunity in financial wealth, and I think any timeline has ever seen. So when you look at how you are becoming more involved in this, and you got involved with the Miami Crypto Experience with BitBasel, I know that on the NFT night, we saw a lot of you and what you had going on. Can you kind of explain your involvement with that?
Yeah, so BitBasel, just to clear that up, we're founded out of Wynwood. We are in the heart of the art district in Miami, and we are NFT technologies. That's what we focus on, whether it's event, marketplaces, education, workshops, etc. NFTs, we're the one-stop shop. So from there, we have done 4 shows so far, and we actually have 2 more coming up. One for Bitcoin 2021 and one in Orlando for the Florida Blockchain Summit. They just kind of keep popping up every day. We're backed by popular demand. But it's really fun. During the Miami Crypto Experience, what we did is we put on a show and we invited out local artists and artists also who were from South America and Canada. I believe one of them got to come because due to COVID, it's really hard for artists to travel, too far out from, this side of the hemisphere. So we invited a bunch of artists out. They came, they presented. Those who couldn't come out, we had a couple pieces such as Avagachi, Cybot, Robness, Johnny Dollar, Big Comic, and more. And we showcased those pieces, and we were marketing. We were auctioning them on the Avenue.marketplace, which was a marketplace built exclusively for the Miami Crypto Experience. It was built by FOMO Labs. And I was honored to, have them come and participate and really like push our art and our pieces. Right now, BitBasel is working on making its own marketplace to represent artists that we take under our belt. Because I feel like every marketplace we go to, there's like some issues and some things we run into. But, regardless, FOMO came in clutch with us for that. And we had a great gala. It was fantastic. We had anywhere from belly dancers to a couple musical performances, DJs, a few workshops happened on how to collect art, how to identify NFT art, and even some NFT movies were shown that night. So it was spectacular, really.
It was. I mean, it was a really cool experience. It was. First of all, the opening act of what was to be the experience. So it definitely set a great tone. So thank you for helping to create that. But going more really into the experiential part of it, you had so many different elements going on. Like you go outside, you can see the different art pieces that were going on. You also had the opportunity to put on some AR glasses and be able to see some different things in the virtual world. You had the opportunity to then also, like you said, listen to the music and just network and just see all the different elements. And is it that with BitBasel and what y'all are ultimately trying to create is like the new age art gala, or what is it that as you continue to build out your business, what people can expect to see when they come and work with BitBasel?
So whenever you're working with BitBasel, whenever you're seeing BitBasel in person at an event, what we try to do is we try to create an experience to show the different capacities of NFT technology and how it can be built, whether it's in VR, AR, having a painting come to life, NFC embedded into paintings, live painting. It's really giving people all the grasp of what NFTs can encompass. And, if you have an NFT that you see there and you want, well, we also sell them too. So it's a place where you can both learn about NFTs, buy NFTs, and get exposure to NFTs. Now, when you're looking at BitBasel online and you're trying to work with BitBasel, or are interested in making your own NFTs, we build marketplaces, we build smart contracts. Whether it's LiDAR or Matterport cams, we have a range of specialties where we can do with NFT, 3D like Sketchfab. We built all kinds of NFTs for a lot of our clients. So there is a wide range of what BitBasel offers, both in person, online, and, commercial wise.
Awesome. Well, a lot of great ways that people can interact, especially for artists and people trying to find a way to get involved in the NFT space. Sounds like BitBasel is a great way to go look out for and find out some more information. But, something else I want to learn about Miss Bitcoin Queen is while we were at the experience and being able to network and meeting and getting to go to some of these different workshops, talk to the audience about how that experience was and like what were some big takeaways that are memorable moments that you had throughout the Miami Crypto Experience.
Big takeaways. Oh man. So I want to say one of the big takeaways was probably that Porsche that got auctioned off. And that right. Rick Ross show that the night kind of opened up with a bang. Originally it was supposed to be open to more of the public or, anyone who came to the experience. It got limited a little bit, but it was still a pretty good, moment. It was pretty good opening kind of like night. The workshops, the education was super, 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 super amazing. I've been to a lot of conferences and, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but That was a pretty good one for education. There was a lot of different types of workshops, whether it was newbie, NFT, Bitcoin 101, DeFi workshops. There was a plethora of different topics that were going on, trading, master trading, mining. There was so much options that you had. There's a lot of conferences that I go to and they focus on one thing or they have just one talking stage. There was about 3, 4, 5 rooms going on at the same time. There was a main stage, there was, 4 or 5 break-off rooms, and then there was all the booths in between. So there was a lot of options, and I felt like I liked the conference so much because there was a place for everyone. No matter where you landed on the radar, whether you're new to crypto, whether you just know about blockchain, whether you don't care about Bitcoin and care about, other cryptocurrencies, there was a place for you there. And I thought that was honestly amazing because a lot of conferences don't give you that much diversity when it comes to education. And education is the number one reason we decided to put this conference together, because it's so important to educate the community on what's to come.
Absolutely. And that's what we believe in here. Continue to provide education, provide means of access, and someone that can connect on one level so they can keep going down the rabbit hole that is cryptocurrency and blockchain. So of course, another thing that got announced was that there are going to be a part 2 of the Miami Crypto Experience that's going to be happening around October. What are some things that you're excited about that or are looking forward to that as that, comes up in the future?
So I'm excited to do part 2 of Miami Crypto Experience. The first one turned out great and I got nothing but good feedback. And honestly, I that's all I wanted. As long as everyone was happy, then I'm happy. Because then to me, it was worth it. Right. So I'm excited to see the next one come. Ironically, it landed on the same weekend that I planned to do like a Key West getaway. So I'm just like, I got to like reschedule my like entire thing. But, I'm looking forward to working with the Miami Crypto Experience team again. BitBasel is only going forward. We've continued to, partner up with more conferences, more shows, do more events, because that's what we love to do. And just really educate and showcase things to the community. For the next Miami Crypto Experience, I talked to Bruno, and what he really wants to focus on is really honing down more on the education. We had lots of fun. There was a good amount of partying, but probably focusing a little more on education. Not that there wasn't enough, but I did get a little bit of feedback from people that wanted more icebreakers and more like intro groups, because there are a lot of introverts in this space. And there are a lot of people who feel like they can't necessarily just jump from one group to another. And maybe they felt a little out of place. I want to say there's probably a very, very few amount of that, because it seemed like everyone at the conference was, happy for the most part. But maybe, giving people more of, not forced, but a guided networking opportunity so that, they know, who's here for what, kind of like a speed dating round kind of situation. Yeah. Probably something like that might be beneficial to people who may be completely new, may be introverted, etc. But I think the next one, we're just going to take from this learning experience from the first one, and we're going to go forward.
Absolutely. You brought up a lot of really interesting points, and the one that I really want to go back and hone on just a little bit, and thanks for all that. I think the next one is going to be amazing. Looking forward to checking that one out as well. But the concept of once you're at a conference, so a lot of people, this was knocking off the dust of what it meant to be in conference mode again, right? So you're going out, being around a ton of new people that you haven't necessarily met. Maybe you can connect with 1 or 2 people, but then you're trying to like make these new connections. You're trying to like get into these circles and like keep building that out. What are some pieces of advice that you would give to that person that are venturing back out to conferences, who are still new to the crypto space, but also still trying to learn? Like, what would be like 2 or 3 things that you would say are some really good action items or things that they can consider before they go to an in-person conference to make the most out of their experience?
So I was really happy to see a lot of new faces, and I was really happy to hear that there was a lot of people. This was their first conference, and honestly, I felt honored for that. One thing that I would recommend, if you are someone who is a little bit of an introvert, doesn't necessarily get out there and has a little bit of a hard time talking to people, bring a friend. Bring a friend, someone who can hang out with you for the day, someone who can help ease you into conversation and ease you into meeting new people. There's a lot of like little alternative kind of like hangouts that happen, kind of like satellite events around the Miami Crypto Experience. I know that Ken Bozak had like a no pool party like for 2 days in a row. It's kind of funny. But he has his little bro gang. So just finding people that you can be with or bring could all help you kind of ease into the community. If you are someone who doesn't have such a hard time communicating with people, stop by the booths, start little by little, pick up, information as you go along and attend the classes. Be attentive, be alert. Try to get in contact with organizers. Always getting in contact with the organizers is always your best, best bet. Meeting the people who put on the conference, they can guide you best and can point you in the direction that you probably would want to be pointed in if you are new to the space. So those are probably a few tips, because I know it can get lonely for someone who doesn't necessarily, like I mentioned, want to put themselves out there. So bring a friend. Someone who's willing to learn with you and experience the conference with you. Or, if you're new, but you're outgoing, talk to the booth members, get some info, get involved on social media or on their Telegram groups, start creating connections and making friends within the community. For example, we have a Miami group chat. I think we're almost 900 strong. We have a pretty strong community down here in Miami. So, we're always, anytime there's any events or anything's going on, people jump in the group chat and we post everything in there, and we're always here for each other. So, there's a lot of resources out there. You just gotta find them.
For sure. And on that subject, two places or three rather, that you'll find a lot of people in crypto on is crypto Twitter, really big. Next is Telegram. You see a lot of crypto groups that are on there. Another is Discord. I think if you are on those three platforms, you have a really good chance of connecting with other very affluent and people who are deep into crypto. One more little quick tidbit I would give on top of everything that you just said is that if you want to try to connect with some of these people, when you go to these workshops or you go to one of these sessions and you listen to some of the questions that are asked, and one of the questions or one of the things that you were curious about but didn't necessarily have the confidence to go and ask, I would try to connect with that person after the fact, have a follow-up conversation or question with them, and then I'm sure they're going to probably be able to connect you and point you in the right directions for other things, because they've shown two things. One, that they're bold enough to ask a question, and two, that they obviously are hungry for more knowledge. And if you are too and want to keep growing that out, might be a great first injection point to get that accomplished.
Absolutely.
But yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I said absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. And, as we kind of wrap this up, I always have a couple of fun questions I like to ask at the end. And the first one I want to pose to you is, if you could take all the knowledge that you've gained since getting into this crypto community and blockchain and everything else that you've been learning, and can impart 2 to 3 pieces of wisdom to yourself when you first got started, what would you share with yourself?
First and foremost, do your research, understand what you're getting into. If you have a friend that you trust and recommends projects, regardless, do your research, because chances are they could have done the same thing and got it from a friend who got it from a friend who got it from a friend, and then it's a rug pull. Next thing after that is, don't think that you are a trader when you get into cryptocurrency. I know this stuff may look like stocks. I know that it may look like, you're losing money if you don't get out of a position. But chances are the first thing you should do if you are getting into crypto is just earn or buy Bitcoin. Start with the basics, understand the origin of why this even exists, and you'll be okay. Start little by little. Don't try to jump on, the trading train, because it's not going to turn out so well from you. There's a few people, many people, everyone can probably tell you the same thing I'm telling you, because it's just true. And yeah, just take it easy. Don't try to, dive head deep. I think that probably the most feedback that I've gotten from people who are not necessarily brand new to crypto, but they're brand new to the concept of, altcoins and low cap gems is, oh my God, I can't stop. This stuff is, 20xing, 100xing. And, there's projects that come out every single day, guys, and they do it every single day. And the truth is whether the project is good or not. And that's kind of where your research comes in, understanding the fundamentals behind these projects, what's coming out. Because yes, they're money-making opportunities. Personally, for me, I always believe in rediversifying in Bitcoin. I am the Bitcoin queen. Bitcoin is my number one and favorite asset for more and ever more, because there's nothing like it. But again, just understand what you're doing, because realistically speaking, when you're investing into these assets, it's like a pot. It's like a pyramid. You're adding money and it's going up because everyone else is adding money and it's going up. That's how the asset rises in value, besides a company adding value to the asset. But in the case of cryptocurrency, it's purely based on the people. It's not necessarily based on the success of the company or the technology. So because of that, it's very important to, do your own research, understand the differences and the intricacies in the market, and just take it easy, take it slow. Don't go head deep, because you're going to get very upset and rage quit.
Yeah, no, those are 3 really good points. And thank you for sharing that with the audience. Make sure you're doing your own research and feel confident before you go and invest in anything. But as we wrap up, Bitcoin Queen, thank you so much for sharing all of this amazing information with us, your experience at the Miami Crypto experience. But what's the final thought that you want to leave with everyone listening here today?
My final thought is that Miami is going to be the crypto capital of the world, guys. Come to Miami, have fun in Miami, experience the community, experience a lifestyle. And if you don't own Bitcoin yet, please do some research, earn it. There's places you can get Bitcoin for free. You can use Cash App. You can use Fold. They give you free sats. So try it out. Try it today. That's it.
Awesome. Well, Annalese, the Bitcoin Queen, thank you for spending some time with us. What are ways that people can connect with you and learn more about what you got going on?
So if you guys want to learn more about BitBasel, you guys can go to bitbasel.miami and learn all about what we do. If you are interested in connecting with me on social media, I am on Twitter and Instagram at the BTC Queen.
Amazing. Well, again, thank you so much for your time today. And for everyone listening, stay cryptocurrent.